What's up? What's going down? Come on in, come around. Yeah, it's good to have you guys here again. I've been really busy. And if you're looking up on the YouTube and you're going, God, there's no new episodes posted, I hope everything's okay. We're expecting some more for those who are definitely showing up, right? Um, yeah, we're gonna have a good one today. Uh, I was very busy, and it has taken away from my time. And I was trying to find a flow too. Had a lot on my mind, had a lot of experience, had a lot of growth, really connected growth in realization and next level stuff. Next level stuff. So we're gonna go in today. I'm not gonna even share anything. I'm just gonna go in on this. We can call it off the cuff today, but it's not really off the cuff. I have something for you. So I'll just keep it a connected vibe. It's not really off the cuff, even though usually when I go off the cuff, there is a purpose for it and a reason. Sorry for the last couple of days that I mistimed, which is my fault, the release of the esoteric lyrics by my boy, by Barry Manilow, my boy Barry Manilow. Very deep song. I misreleased it. It was supposed to be released in the morning at 9:15, not 9:15 at night. It kind of threw everything off. And I looked at it and I was kind of like, Danny. But it's okay. Go back and watch it. I think that's one of the best esoteric breakdowns of a song. And then the one about it. And the one before that when I shared some things that needed to be, I'm getting very personal. It's from a high place of my experiences where we're at. With everything that I'm getting, I'm seeing and feeling and knowing and producing and getting out here. So before we just go in, what about if your power to get control really is about you letting go and surrendering? And you might be like, what do you mean? Surrender could be your biggest and is your biggest power of letting go, will empower you even more. And you might say, what do you mean surrendering? Sometimes that we get caught in these inner functioning war of the worlds within our own thinking and our own being of feeling that you need to fight something to make your stand, when really your power was just in surrendering your thinking or your ego by just letting it go, which would give you your biggest gain of control. Take a deep breath and think about what I just said. Your power is in surrendering and letting go. What if I told you that? By surrendering or letting go, would by releasing, surrendering, and letting go, would be your biggest power of having control. And you say, well, what do you mean? You know what I'm noticing? Life just really hitting me, and I've been talking about it for over a year and a half, but I'm really seeing it in like this. And you may ask, what do you mean by that? Is the reality or the universe or our consciousness is always reflecting to us through a mirror aspect, right, of ourselves to ourselves. When we misjudge it and don't see it and think it's something outside of ourselves, or there's a warfare within ourselves to have control to get rid of something. You have to get control to get rid of something, when really letting go would be your biggest empowerment of just letting go and accepting. Because our biggest quarrels and fights are against things we really don't have power over, right? Think about this. You deep ones and deep thinkers, and those even coming in, I don't care. Think, just kind of look at yourself and reflect. Introspect. Notice we're going into a lot of introspection, right? introspection all the time, introspection, reflection from the mirrored universe, the myriads of self. And your higher self in the universe is trying to reflect to you the thing that you're trying to fight against within you, warfare against within you, get rid of within you, whip its ass within you. And the thing you're trying to fight against is the very thing that's taking away your power, when it's just surrendering and letting go. And then watch what happens when you do that. You let go of resistance within yourself, right? You find out that your higher self will give you control now to make choices that change your road, that change your introspection, that change your even power and reality. And that's why this is one of the biggest reasons why I have not, if you look at because if you look at my YouTube and my Rumble, you're always going to say, oh God, he's way ahead. He's 7 to 10 days ahead in shows. I've had people come back to me, and recently I haven't. I've been spending a lot of time with me in like a retreat of my soul. I went into the deepermost aspects of my shadow self to see that everything there through acceptance, and this goes with this letting go, is acceptance. One of the biggest things about letting go is acceptance, that your power is not in the warfare and the struggle within. The reflection of the struggle within will always keep you warfaring within your own self, trying to get power against something that all you have to do is surrender and let go. Let it go. Surrender. Surrender. What do you really have power over? It's not family. It's not your children. It's not nobody outside of you. It's yourself, and allowing yourself to surrender, right? Your thoughts of something that you always keep failing. And this is goes into self-judgment, that part of you that wants to always judge you through your reflections. Remember, reflections and mirror images are always backwards. Remember that reflections and mirror images are always backwards. Just like when I look into this, I see myself as now I'm recording, right? I can see myself on the screen. This is on the left side of me in my reality. But right here actually is on the same side of this side of that which is looking into than that which is looking out. So every time you look in a mirror, the reflection in the mirror is always going to give you the opposite of what it is. It will give you a level of what you're seeing, but the reflection's giving you the opposite. So if you keep not surrendering, is the opposite of not surrendering, not letting go, not knowing how to give in. And this is not giving in. You're actually letting go of that which is trying to teach you reflection, reality, power. Your power is learning how to let go. And when you let go, what happens when you let go? You create a flow. Anybody know about any Bruce Lee quotes? One of the biggest one of the remembered quotes he said that I've read many, many times that people have shared is, be like water. When water runs into anything that comes an obstacle to it, water finds a way to let go and go around. Water creates another avenue to go through. Water always finds a flow within itself because water is flow. We are connected to that. Our misgivings of judgment and thinking that I got to get a hold of something, this dark side, I got to get a hold of that which troubles me and keep fighting it and keep ripping its shirt and keep attacking it like you're Superman, like almost like you're if you remember and ever look at Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein and the monster's always trying to destroy stuff, not because he's really trying to be a destroyer. He doesn't know how to flow. Because of the creating of the doctor, the monster is trying to find out what the truth is. The monster is trying out to find out why I like this. And the flow is not going to come through us always warfaring within. Struggles within will then reflect outside of you. And then we wonder why our interpersonal relationships suffer, because we start going into these infinite battles, these temporal battles, really, within ourselves, with our knowers, because a lot of us have raised even our consciousness. But through that process of raising your consciousness is a darkness that sets in, that you have to go in to your dark places and start analyzing them, seeing them. The greatest part is trying to spur a light within the darkest part of yourself by integrating yourself into it, which integration's not a fight. It's like a marriage. Integration's like the two becoming one. When you integrate the opposites of yourself, the thing that wants to fight against the thing that you think is your enemy, which really you just have to say, let go. And you'll notice the power in letting go gives you the power and control. Think about what I'm saying. The power of letting go and surrendering is actually your control. Because this what happens, instead of having these limited mind warfares within of ego, false lights, false getting rid, because a bunch of us are getting rid of stuff on levels. We're getting rid of belief systems. We're getting rid of stuff like this. We're getting rid of certain things. And as we get rid of them, and it comes up like a burr, like a callus, right? Ever have a dog and he steps on a sticker? And then back in the day, it was something that dogs would go out and get in stickers, and probably in the country they still do. Most of these dogs have been sissified, and they're house dogs, and people put clothes on them. That's not their nature to put clothes on dogs. That's a truth. But people want to make dogs, and they become now people's children. That's a whole different talk a talk and discussion of consciousness, because this is true. But when we start finding out, as we start seeing our darkness, we start seeing these things that are really ugly and painful, like stickers, right? Burrs. Because back in the day, if the paw, and you say, oh, he's got a sticker, the dog's crying, right? It hurts. You have to pull out the sticker to the surface for more, hence whence it was deep. And the nerve pain is very hard, but it has to come out. Has to heal. And that's us. Why we start seeing reflections of ugly parts of ourselves as we deep dive into our darkness. We're seeing things that become almost to us, we want to react as more comes, oppositional to it. And as we come oppositional to it, we now get in an internal struggle. And as we get in an internal struggle, and then we keep struggling and wondering why in this eternal struggle, you're not able to do certain things, why you feel stuck at times, why you feel like we can talk all the sweetie pie and all the stuff. Namaste, but there's this aspect of yourself, because the dark part of yourself is finding light the deeper you go. And as this keeps revealing, as that which is in dark starts to get more light, you see things that you don't like. You see behaviors from people your own behaviors in the past. You see your struggles, internal struggles, and you want to fight your internal struggle and kind of like, I need to grab it and put it down and get rid of it. But to engage it in a battle in here is what's given it power to take your power away, because you don't win that battle. You're in total always conflict within. But surrendering will make a change in you, and acceptance, whatever you went through. And it could be the most horrible things. All of us have been through some horrible pains. We went through some eternal struggles. Think about other lifetimes you went through some struggles that you may not be recalling this second. And as we learn to integrate and transmutate, but we also need acceptance. And as we get acceptance, we become more, vibrant, which really vibrant comes from the word vibrate, right? Vibrant is vibrate. It's just another consonant. Remember, consonants are stability. Vowels interchangeable. That's why in the language you can exchange stuff. I mean, how in English language does C sound like an S? To me, that don't make sense because the language at times does not make a lick of sense. When we start understanding the things that as we start integrating, there's things coming up we realize from our deepest parts that I didn't know I had this aspect of myself. If we're real with ourselves, we have eternal struggles. When you have we're talking from our grandparents, parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents who stayed together in marriages, to now we see the divorce rate, 50, 60%, and people not staying together. This is because of cyclical, consistent dark places that don't allow unity. Even I could say, let's be unity, but as soon as the battle comes, I want to engage in the battle, which is continually going on and on. The battle doesn't stop unless you surrender. It sounds weak, but not really. Surrendering is your power and control. Surrendering and the power of surrendering and letting go is your power to create and also let go of these eternal struggles. Quit being Jacob fighting against the angel. Quit internally being Jacob who's fighting against the angel. Remember, Jacob's also the supplanter. He's in warfare because he wants to supplant that which really has power. And that's a whole different story. We won't get into that, right? But the opposite's there. You see the whole thing of what's happening with you and why are you not attaining. Things are going to come out because it's been revved up. If you're feeling what I'm seeing and you're seeing these timelines definitely being a process that's happening, you're being made ready. There's a lot of grace given now to do the inner work on yourself. And that's really what I know that I'm this place before me. A lot of times things are removed from us in the situation that was removed from us that we were in warfare but enjoyed. Come on now, let's be honest. And didn't really want to let go because you may kind of like that warfare or the enjoyment or what the fruits of it. But when it's relinquished with you, you'll find you have a struggle still in your mind of thought because you may have not wanted it to go. You may think that you lost by not realizing it was taken away in the long run. This is a place for you to grow. Actually, something taken away and let go, right? And let go of, because something can be taken away doesn't mean you let it go. Because you can still be playing it right here. You can still be playing the game right here. Even though physically in your energy circle, it's not happening. But because it was taken out and you haven't let it go here. See, this looks like the other side, right? On the reflection, this looks like my right when it's really my left. Think about this. And then we get eternally struggling things that don't serve us, but actually we're trying to fight against dissatisfaction so we can stay dissatisfied. You know who your worst eternal fight is? You against you. That's your fella is the one that will take you out. You by still wanting to accumulate or still wanting to struggle with something that may even left you. It may not even be part of you anymore. It might be taken way out physically. Think about it. When people are even in marriages or long relationships and they don't work, do you think, I know a ton of people who jump from relationship to relationship, got advice from me and still did it, and would come back later and say, you're right. And I would tell them, what was I right about? I needed to learn, and it took time to let it go. Because I jumped into something else after that, but I took the energy and the mindset and frequency of what I just couldn't let go from the past relationship, and I brought it into the spectrum and energy of the new one, and it had bad effects. Because the frequency and my mindset and my emotional mind did something to me that caused another effect with this new person that it didn't work out. Because I know a lot of people who they'll get out of a long relationship and immediately get in another relationship. And this can happen even in smaller sense with you, with hurts, pains, darkness that you don't even see, these blind spots of your weaknesses and just mindsets and feelings and emotions not integrated that will come out still connected to something in the past. Yeah, this is a lot connected to not doing your shadow work, not engaging your shadow work. The very thing that wants to fight against you just wants to be accepted. Inner child, dark side of yourself, wants to be integrated and accepted and let go. Shine light in it. And I'm talking about yourself. You got to shine light in it. Man, people have been through some horrific things, right? They have. Hard times. I mean, people have seen some stuff in their lives that, one of the things that always in the past, and I want to be aware of it now before thinking about it. I've talked to people, told you I worked in mental health for umpteen years, long time, 25, 30 years. And even with my other hustles that I did in building teams and doing sales, and also in the past of coaching child sports to high school kids sports. This is all building. The key is building. What are you building yourself? Why fight against the building of yourself? You're seeing, revealing, knowing thyself, some dark stuff, and then you're still trying to have power and trying to beat it to lift yourself up. And that's not the power, was just learning to surrender gave you the most control you ever had. Learning to surrender gave you the most control that you ever had. But think about it, when you are in the internal conflict within, you have no control. What side's winning? The one side of the side is like, I can't get rid of that. It won't go. It just keeps phasing in and phasing out and whipping my ass, but punching me, and I try to get back at it. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired. But the key is let go and surrender. Because when you let go and surrender, you're letting go and surrendering to your power, potential, and that would mean control. What can you really control but yourself, right? Your mindset, what you react to, what you don't react to, how you feel. Your feelings may not be very good one day. Think about it. You have a bad day at work, might not feel too good about yourself, but that bad day at work really didn't change anything. It really didn't. You got the job still. You've been there umpteen years maybe. It's just you had a bad day, and then what happens when that comes out? The bad day. Then it tries to connect to other bad thoughts of negativity, of things that give you an imprint of descension lines. They will imprint you with descending, feeling bad, feeling horrible, which now you're talking about, oh God, I'm going to play the victim. Playing the victim, it's no power for you. You're not a victim. But the reality, you have been. We've all been victims of the system. We've all been victims at a time. But here's the difference. We don't continue to fight and play the victim. We continue to build ourselves and just let go of the victim part of ourselves and hope the victim part of yourself, which is a dark part of you, now can be integrated through light. Now the victim is a participant with you of yourself. The victim part of yourself is no longer the victim. He's a healed one. She's a healed one. There's aspects of yourself that become healed through the integration of those two opposites coming together. So what I'm saying is, we need to learn in our function of our reality. This stuff is right in front of us. One of the biggest secrets was hide things right in plain sight. They won't find it in plain sight. It's hide it in front of them. Hide and go see, hide in front of them. They won't see. And that's eyes wide shut. We don't see. And this is really what we need to do is just really hone in on accepting that which may not be. Don't let the trigger go bang, and now you're in a conflict with yourself over something that you're feeding to fight with yourself. And then that other side is going to push back on itself. Remember, angel means message. Angel means angle of light. I'm telling you that's a true part of this. Is when you're fighting, you're in warfare. This reality is based on divide and conquer. It's a prey predator. That's why people go around prey. Why? So a predator can come? I meditate. I don't really pray with. I don't give power to any outside source of God. Yahweh, get lost. All that, go. No. This is through you. You're connected. This is the truth. You've always been connected. The low frequency vibration and not knowing of the descent into this world made us feel separate, but we're really not. We even know that science are talking about quantum entanglement, meaning, and then there's this old saying that was an older saying was what? 6 degrees of separation is all everybody's got from each other. We're all connected. But we don't know how to accept and vibrate without fighting within eternally. That's when we start getting to a place of knowing that we really, our enemy is, you're your worst enemy. There's aspects of you that will punch you in the nose, and it's you doing it because you're trying to hit back at it. Fighting against the wind, fighting against the air, right? And then it becomes an eternal battle. Well, how does eternal battles feel? They suck. Horrible emotions, horrible frequency. Downy, it gives you a downer, right? Downer Debbie Downer or whatever. Just feel like not good, not wholesome, not whole. Right? God, what's that word I looked at the other day and I was like, whoa, this word was pretty good and I forgot. I have to go look at that again. But you guys have a great day. Remember, surrendering gives you control. By letting go and surrendering gives you the most vibrant part of control. Not control of ego, because the one that you're fighting against is connected to your ego, right? The hidden dark side of yourself. I've been doing this dark meditation, and it really, the bull of the woods came out in it. But it also wasn't as frightening as I thought it was, because I realized by knowing it was connected to me. Wholeness, balanced vibrations. You guys have a great day. And thank you for those who give. I really say those who give just abundance to you. Those who gave to this work, that we can get better. Because I even found out, and I forgot to do something today on my way home. Because I found out something about what I'm taping here. My Bluetooth's outdated, and I tried to put a new one. It doesn't work. I need to take it in, but I don't want to take it into where they're getting me to send it off. I want to take, and there's a computer shop, and I'm just thinking out loud right now. But anyways, I was wondering, why doesn't my mic work? Well, I know now. Why doesn't this work? Now I know. But these things will help actually do the things they want, because my goals is to help you all, and I thank everybody that sends me messages, and that I appreciate that I think he's a young brother, but I'm not sure. Was it Alex? But his name wasn't Alex. He's the one that really was instrumental in putting this last song, this lyrical song we did. He was very instrumental in it, and I really appreciate that. But everybody that give, I'm just like, abundance to you all. We want abundance. Some of it I want to upgrade this right here, this studio. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Appreciation. In the links on this, when I put it in, you will see how to give. It also will always be in the description where to give, PayPal and what's in what's it called? Not WhatsApp, but PayPal and see. No, let me get this real quick because I know Cash App are always going to be put in the description, put on the screen at the end of the video, but it's also there. Okay, you guys have a great day. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.